Previously on Matt's Fun Time Bad Movie Show.
No, I'm gonna shoot you! No, you're not. No, I'm not. But do you really think having a to be continued at the end of your video is really gonna increase your views at all? Dude, I've been on YouTube a year and I still have fewer than 50 subscribers. I'm willing to try anything.
Oh, well, that was kind of pointless. On with the review.
Well, Murder Cycle is a complete bust, so let's see what else Full Moon has for us.
There were some movies, terrible movies, movies so awful, no one would touch. Then came a Matthew, sad little Matthew. Matthew decided these movies to watch. For every good movie, there's at least 10 bad. Matthew gonna drag himself through the crap to find the worst ones there are to be had.
Today's episode, Head of the Family. Head of the Family. Head of the Family. Get it? 'Cause he's a head. Truly the essence of great comedy. Damn it, Full Moon. Head of the Family is the dad-jokiest Full Moon title of them all. And they've had some bad ones. I'm looking at you, Ginger Dead Man 3, Saturday Night Cleaver. And I feel like I might have shortchanged you on info on Full Moon and the man behind it, Charles Band, last time. Charles Band was a director and producer for many big-name B-movies over the years, including MST3K classics Laser Blast and Robot Holocaust, and Troll 1. Don't worry, it's still nearly as bad as Troll 2. He's served as producer on over 250 projects, most through his production company Full Moon. Also worth mentioning, Full Moon began as Full Moon Productions, then became Full Moon Entertainment, was Full Moon Studios for one movie before switching to Full Moon Pictures, and most recently settled on Full Moon Features. On to today's film, Head of the Family, a 1996 film directed by Robert Talbot. Talbot? Like, main character of The Wolfman? Surprise, Robert Talbot's not a real person. It's Charles Band directing his own movie under a not-so-subtle fake name. And while Talbot was a cute reference to the original Wolfman, I'm more concerned with how similar the name Robert Talbot is to Evil Dead producer Robert Tappert. Then again, he's married to Lucy Lawless, so I can see wanting to pretend you're him. Unsurprisingly, Band also wrote the film, along with Murder Cycle co-writer Neil Marshall Stevens. The film stars Blake Bailey, star of appearing in one episode of Cock Shows. No, that's the other actors in this movie. The film stars Blake Bailey, star of appearing in one episode of Cop Shows, and Jacqueline Lovell, who's worked on plenty of other Full Moon projects, mostly their softcore porn titles. The film also features some other noteworthy actors, but I'll get to them as they come. At the moment, the only other one I want to bring up is Bob Schott, who played the Muscle Man in Jim Cotta. Yay! And I am immediately wary of this film because a pointless amount of sequels is really Full Moon's MO. Still looking at you, Ginger Dead Man 3. But Head of the Family has none. They tried getting a Bride of Head of the Family off the ground, but it never went anywhere. When Evil Bong gets 5 sequels, but this can't, I start to worry. Also, because I'm me, I watched the version of the film hosted by William Shatner, who I don't think even saw the film.
The villain, in this case, a head in a jar.
Yep, in a jar. See how in a jar he is? Shatner has this weird plot about fighting a Party City clown mask that doesn't make much sense and mostly just talks about the movie. But man, watching Head of the Family is bad enough. Who would want to watch someone watching Head of the Family? Dude, come on, that joke's so overused, you gotta stop. Okay. Wait, you're really gonna stop? Yeah. Telling overused jokes is stupid. Who would do that? You know what? Forget evil Matt. I'm gonna shoot you. Really establishing that dark tone early, aren't you? So the film begins with Howard, a complete asshole and maybe also a drug dealer. Who cares, he'll be dead before the halfway mark. He's out at a diner with his wife Loretta, and, wouldn't you know it, she's porking the owner of the diner. Not that that should bother him. He's belligerently making passes at Ernestina, one of the three triplets that are acting very strange and definitely aren't controlled by a giant head in a chair. Or a jar. Charles Band directed this opening. He should know better.
You know how I feel about... What's that word?
Fucking?
One good joke. I guarantee they're not topping it. Also, Lance, the restaurant owner, gets Loretta to talk to him about how much Howard sucks during sex.
Howard's got a little dick.
Just thought you should know that.
He said, go get Lance, bring him over here and move your poochie buns.
Shoot.
Shoot. Gotta keep that PG-13 rating. Just kidding, this is Full Moon. Of course it's got non-stop gratuitous nudity.
You need to get yourself out of here. Go get yourself laid once in a blue moon. Hell, you ain't got no natural charm, but shit, even a little shrimp with that ratty old beard like yours could at least pay for it once in a while. And that's where I come in. I'm sorry, what? That's what I want to talk to you about.
Do you want to fuck me for money? Howard offers to be Lance's business partner, and it feels like Howard doesn't really know what that means. I'm not sure if that's in character, or just that Charles Robert Talbot Band doesn't know either.
I'm talking about somebody plowing some oats. Loretta Oats, to be precise.
Two good jokes.
Being with her? Shoot. It's like fucking a firecracker.
That sounds incredibly painful, actually. What is this nonsense? Why is she completely naked and he's got all his clothes on? Ooh, great driving effects. Totally doesn't look like someone's just rocking the car. Lance and Loretta come across a blocked-off portion of the highway set up by the Stackpoles, and Lance figures out the perfect way to off Howard. And then we get a sort of out-of-place scene to reveal that the head is lobotomizing people. But they keep him off camera, because we definitely didn't look at the cover of the box, and it's definitely not the title of the film. Lance attempts to blackmail the Stackpole family, but it only results in him getting kidnapped. And oh shit, looks like one of the brothers escaped from the set of Killers from Space. And finally we meet Myron.
I'm pardon the expression, the head of the family.
Ah, he said it! He said the thing! And honestly, the puppet is sort of well made, and J.W. Para, who voices him, has the perfect voice.
I don't believe we've ever met.
He really does elevate the role. Although, am I the only one who thinks he may be channeling another large-brained fellow?
The head of the family.
Get me a jury and show me how you can say in July and I'll make cheese for you.
It isn't perfect, but that feels like the intent. Myron explains that they're quadruplets that all came from the same egg. Then they wouldn't have a sister, it'd be all males. And all have powers equal to 4 people. Myron got all the brains, Otis got all the muscles, Wheeler got superb hearing and sight. So if Myron's the only smart one and Otis is the only strong one, does that mean the rest of them have really poor eyesight and hearing? And Ernestina...
Well, I hardly need tell you about her special powers.
Her power is being hot. That's not even an exaggeration. Her power is actually being hot. And since this actress was only hired for being hot, and based on the fact that this happens in all of the movies I review, do you think she's played by A, a celebrity chef, B, a talk show host, or C, she's a porn star. Apart from this movie and a ton of porn, Alexandra Quinn was also in a live-action Scooby-Doo TV movie? That was an odd choice. And boy, Ernestina sure is a sexy name. Sounds like Ernest's sister, who'd just be played by Jim Varney in drag. So Lance decides, upon learning about this psychic supernatural family led by a giant disgusting brain man, to go ahead with blackmailing them. Like, this dude goes on like he isn't seeing the wildest shit right now. I don't know what's weirder, the fact that he's seriously trying to out-condescend a brain, or the fact that he actually gets what he wants.
Would you like to know what happened to that gentleman with the amusing license plate?
No.
Okay, I feel him on that one. Yeah, the logo's mostly obscured, so it's probably not actually product placement, but I just kinda like the idea of name brand paper towels showing up in a scene where a woman takes it up the ass while discussing plans to kill her husband. Anyway, Lance is blackmailing the Stackpoles to kill Howard, and also get a large sum of money, but mostly just to kill Howard. Well, not even kill. Myron's trying to find a body to put his brain into, so he's been randomly lobotomizing people. That doesn't seem to be working for him, but he keeps doing it anyway. Plus, I wouldn't put my brain in Howard. Word on the street is he's got a tiny penis. Then Loretta and Lance put on this act like they haven't been porking for months now in front of the waitress who already called Lance out for porking Loretta. And even when she leaves, they keep going at it. No one's there to hear you. Your acting is in vain. Then Lance, I think, is giving the restaurant over to the waitress, but I'm more concerned about that clock. What is happening here? Which one is the hour hand? But uh-oh, the Marty Feldman wannabe was listening into his phone conversation with his lawyer, and now they have the letter his lawyer was keeping. In case Lance turned up dead or something, he was supposed to send that letter to the police. That's the whole blackmail part of his plan. But fuck it, it's head of the family, you don't care about the finer plot details. You do care about Lance more or less proposing to Loretta during sex.
From now on, it's Lance and Loretta till death do us part.
Oh, Lance.
Yeah, baby, I want you to be Mrs. Lance Bogan. That is, if you'll have me.
But later that night, Ernestina comes by with the payment.
How decent of you.
I don't believe this woman has done anything decent in her life. Oh, and she starts to sex him, so Otis can kidnap him. And Loretta.
Oh my God.
Well, that's closer to an appropriate reaction to a giant, disgusting brain. Then, after Myron threatens them, Loretta tries to flirt with him to get out of this. Loretta, I think this guy gets enough head without your help. She gets shirtless, but don't take your dick out yet. Jesus Christ, that is the scariest thing I've seen in all of Full Moon's horror movies. Now that that's gonna haunt your nightmares forever, let's talk about shot composition. Wide shot, Myron in frame. Close up on Myron, shot from the other side of Myron. But then it turns out, this shot is in a different location. You know, most movies have this thing called an establishing shot, which helps the viewer know what the location is. This is Myron's home theater, where tonight Myron's lobotomized victims are putting on The Burning of Joan of Arc, starring Loretta as Joan. It's gotta be better than being a woman in a full moon movie. This goes on, and skip to the part where she's naked. Actually, I've seen enough of this actress naked. Skip to the part where she's burning.
As you can see, we are rapidly approaching the climax of our little dramatic tableau.
Dude, I climaxed like half an hour ago.
Myron, goddamn you!
Whatever.
A giant brain just said, whatever. Hey buddy, wanna put that flame near the flammable stuff? Then Otis decides because he has a crush on Loretta to save her, and from there shit goes south really fast. Myron gets thrown down the stairs, presumably dead, and the house burns down with everyone inside except Otis and Loretta. It's then that Loretta gets an idea.
You, Otis Stackpole. Me, Loretta Stackpole. You, only surviving Stackpole heir. Me, control Stackpole money. I don't know, Loretta. Remember, his sister got all the sex appeal.
So with Myron being both a freak of nature and dead, you can see how Bride of Head of the Family was a real missed opportunity. Although, it's not like continuity has ever stopped Full Moon before. Well, that was Full Moon's Head of the Family. Yeah, this is more like what Full Moon movies are like. Murder Cycle is an outlier. This is more the typical Full Moon movie. There are some positive aspects. One good performance, some good camera work, good effects. But then there's everything else about this movie. The bad performances, the terrible story, the gratuitous nudity, the soundtrack. Jesus Christ, the soundtrack. Get out of my brain! It is watchable if you're into that type of thing, but man, I don't think I can recommend it. I hope you enjoyed this video, because June's looking pretty busy for me. I don't know how many videos are coming out. But until next time, I'm Matt. This is Matt's Fun Time Bad Movie Show.
What's the point of murdering your husband if you can't fuck in a bed?
Delicious Crystal Pepsi. Now I'm gonna shoot you. We're not doing this again. No, we're not. Because I'm actually gonna shoot you.